Okay, Rabotai, good morning, everybody. Boker Tov. You know, like we mentioned inside the importance of Pesach Sheni, the Yabet's right that from the first day of Pesach until Pesach Sheni, it's one whole package, one whole bundle of Kedusha. And so today we're wrapping up all the days since the beginning of Pesach with all the Kedusha that Pesach carries with it, with all the strength and the energy that brings down to us of freedom, etc. All this happens and is getting locked today. And therefore, it says it's very important to pray today, being the last day of all this combo, to pray for Geula, to pray for salvation, for the final redemption as well. But I would like to dig a little bit inside. Why we're making such a big deal about this day, Pesach Sheni? What's the big deal out of it? At the end of the day, Pesach Sheni, according to some common opinions, right? Yeah. Pesach Sheni was made for two people only. Two people went to Moshe Rabbeinu and they told him, listen, Moshe, it's not fair that we were impure in Pesach Rishon. We couldn't make Korban Pesach. And now we lost the opportunity. So Moshe Rabbeinu went and asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he told him, yes, I'll give them a second chance, Pesach Sheni. And that will be a rule for generations, that whoever will not be able to make Pesach Rishon, he has a second chance. Who were these two guys according to those commentaries? You remember that Aaron Cohen had 4 sons. Out of these 4 sons, 2 of them died, passed away the day of the inauguration of the Mishkan, right? Nadav and Avihu. The problem was that their remains were inside the Beit HaMikdash, inside the Kodesh HaKodeshim. Who's going to take them out? So Moshe Rabbeinu designated 2 nephews of Aaron, cousins of Nadav and Avihu, to take them out from the place. Now, by taking the dead body out, they became Tameh. They became Tameh, they couldn't make the Korban Pesach. And that was the whole change and the whole concept of Korban Pesach, according to these opinions, was because of these 2 nephews of Aaron Cohen, that they couldn't make Korban Pesach and they asked for a second chance. So because of 2 guys, we made such a big deal? The answer is yes. Borei Olam wants to teach us what's the power of a person that really wants to get to something. If you feel a need, you really want to become holy. Even if you're only 1 guy or 2 guys, that's it. But you look for it, you fight for it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is ready to change the whole entire Torah for 1 individual. Which means, at the end of the day, when a person struggles with something, and you ask from HaKadosh Baruch Hu for a Yeshua, for a salvation, and you really want to become better, Borei Olam opens up gates that are above nature, only because you really want to. And that's the famous Chazal that says, "Pitchuli petach kechudo shel machad." A person says, Borei Olam, open for me a small hole, a small opening, like the hole of the needle, and I will make out of that something humongous, something huge. I just heard there was a family in Eretz Israel, and I don't know which city, we're talking about at least 40 years ago, that religious family, very yeshivish family, and unfortunately, lo alenu velo alechem, one of the kids started to go down and went off the derech. Rabbi, when that happened, the family got destroyed completely. Destroyed. The Gemara writes, there is no worse suffering for a family more that tarbut ra'ah, more than somebody from the family that bar minah lo alenu velo alechem leaves the path of Torah and he goes completely out. So this family suffered so much. The parents couldn't stop crying. They begged to Borei Olam, please, something. Save our son, bring him back. But Rabbi, that was a while. But usually a person may give up. So one day, the son that already took an apartment in Tel Aviv, disconnected completely, was walking by the Tayelet in Tel Aviv next to the beach, and he sees an old man, white beard, passed away already, and this old man says to the boy, Tzaddik, please come put on tefillin today. Chabad guy, put on tefillin. So the reaction of the boy was immediately, leave me alone. Go, I'm not interested. So the Chabad guy tells him, listen, I'm an old man. I'm standing here already hours. Nobody came. Just do me a favor. Do me a favor. The words of this Chabad guy penetrate into the heart of the boy. He says, you know what? I'll do it for you. And putting on tefillin, the Chabadsker speaks with the guy, and how are you? What's your name? Where do you live? And what are you doing? And this and that. He invites him for Shabbat. Come over to my house in Kfar Chabad. Come over. And the boy said, okay, you know what? He's a nice guy. Why not? One Shabbat to a second Shabbat to a third Shabbat. And slowly he came back to the path. He got in contact again with his parents. And Chazar b'tshuva shlema. The father, there was a very yeshivish guy, in the Baruch Hashem, there is a lot of path in our Avodat Hashem. So there is Hasidim, there is Litaim. Litaim are more, So the father was a Litai guy. Litai with Chabad, they usually don't go hand by hand. Let's put it this way. But, at the end of the day, the Chabad guy saved the life of his son. He says, you know what? Besides saying thank you to the Chabad guy and everything, he said, I feel hakarat hatov to the Rabbi of Lubavitch. Rabbi of Chabad. Rabbi of Chabad was alive. He says, I want to take a flight, go all the way to New York to say thank you to the Rabbi of Lubavitch. Thanks to his path and his way, save my son's life. He goes to the Rabbi, and usually, again, you don't see Litaim going inside Hasidim, especially not Chabad, but over here it happened. But the father of the boy, Talmid Chacham, says to the Rabbi of Chabad, I don't get it. Rabbi, I'm coming to thank you, to thank your students, but I don't get it. So many people that are going against HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they don't care about Torah mitzvot. You're trying, put on tefillin. Well, what's the point? And the Rabbi of Chabad told him, of course, when Borei Olam heard, and I'm adding this part, he didn't say that, but I'm connecting it. When Borei Olam heard the tefillah of two individuals, that they just wanted to become better. They were tamim. I don't want to miss the boat. Borei Olam is ready to hear the tefillah of these boys. How much HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to hear each one of us, even if we're far away. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us And the second that you do an action of Kedusha, immediately Borei Olam opens up the gates. So these tefillin that the non-religious guys with tattoos and long hair are putting, and maybe they will not put it again. That action that they're putting on tefillin now, they're opening up a tiny door of light. That tiny door of light can change their life completely. And that chidush came down to us in Pesach Sheni. The chidush that a tiny action, tiny interest on Kedusha could change the whole entire Torah. That was Pesach Sheni. So Pesach Sheni, it's not something that happened in the history, but actually something that happened to each one of us. Today, like you mentioned inside the Zohar Kadosh writes, we have 7 days from today, 7 whole days, that the gates of Teshuvah are open in Shamayim. We should take advantage. We should do it. And Teshuvah, it's not now go and do ta'aniyot. No, in your car, in your way to the office, in your way to the house. Stop a second. Think about the actions that you did wrong. Say to Borei Olam, help me, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I want to get closer to you. You will be amazed about this power of tiny things. You know, Chacham Ovadia Yosef, Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh Livracha, he said once that he knows the whole entire Tanakh by heart, pasuk by pasuk, with mefarshim, Rashi, Ramban, Metzutat David, etc., Malbim. He knows all the Tanakh by heart, pasuk by pasuk, because of 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes, how in 5 minutes you know the whole entire Tanakh? And he said something unbelievable. He said, when I was in Yeshiva in Porat Yosef, we had the time of the learning, and then somebody was smacking at the teva to stop the learning, to get the boys ready for mincha or for arvit. He says usually it was knocking 5 minutes before. 5 minutes before, the boys were standing, they were organizing themselves, whatever, their jacket, until they bring the sidur, schmooze a little bit, they talk over here and over there. He says, I was taking those 5 minutes, I was not standing up. Immediately I was opening up a Tanakh, I was learning another pasuk and another pasuk and another pasuk. All the years in the yeshiva, I did this every single day, 5 minutes before tefillah. Changed me completely. People can do a huge change in their life only out of 5 minutes, only out of a small effort. It all depends if you really want to. If you want, Borei Olam is going to open up all the rest. It's going to take care of you till then. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Yochanan ben Agashom.